Is that how you want to start this
Getting
off?
It's gonna
penetrated.
be a extreme podcast, dude.
It is.
Oh, it's gonna get a bit extreme with the emotional penetration.
It's my emotional body.
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Did you say get wrecked or erect? I didn't know what you said.
Oh.
Wait.
Either one works. so.
Dang.
That's funny, man. Are
This
we
is
rolling?
rated R.
Well, you get new Adidas, bro?
I always have new Adidas.
What the
Oh, you don't
heck?
always. You can't always have new Adidas. Where'd you get
You
them?
asked me that last time. They were the blue ones.
Are those aren't the blue ones though, right? Those are new.
Nah, these are 3 months old.
You keep them clean though.
Yeah. Could be.
They're really nice.
How you keep them
Thank
so
you.
clean though?
I
You
like
got
your
white
chucks though. Your chucks.
Oh yeah, the baby blue chucks.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Matching the baby blue eyes. I see you.
I see you.
I see you. It's like aqua color
are we
though. It's
rolling?
not really.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, let's go live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Modest Humanity Podcast.
Hello.
Welcome back.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Hi.
Yeah. Episode 9. We got a new guest with us today. I'd go through and announce all these guys, but like we've done this 9 times.
I know who
now,
you
so-
are.
We
He
all
knows
know
me.
each other.
Sometimes.
You know, I know him. We know
Yeah.
each other.
So nice
We
to
know
see
each
you
other,
again.
you know what I
You
mean?
know?
So it's
Yeah.
probably good that we just skip over that portion. So let's go into it. So we got a new guest today, Miss Danielle Zellner. What's
What's
up?
up? What's up?
Hello.
Golf clap.
But yeah, let's just drop
Golf
drop
clap.
right into it, guys. Let's kind of catch up. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. It's been like, I don't know, like a month and a half or so.
Yeah.
It's been pretty busy. I know I've been busy. I don't know about you guys. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
traveling,
Busy would be
man.
an understatement.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yes.
no, you know what? We have all been busy now I think about
Yeah.
it. Now I think about all you guys. Well, cool, man. Let's just a little dive in. Who wants to go first? Bryce, what you been up to, man? Tell us where you been the last month and a half while we've been on break, recess.
Well, last week I actually went surfing in Cali.
Mm.
So that was cool. We took a little trip out with you out
Yeah.
there. It was kind of like work related, but not. So yeah, we went to a concert. We went to a horse race and lost some money. You won some money actually, which was
But then I lost it.
yeah.
Nice.
I made some money. I made like 45. I
You
made
bet $3 on one and
Yeah.
one.
You did pretty
48.
I
good.
won a 15-1 race. I should have put $30 on there and been like done after that. But 3's good, I guess. Ended up buying, but I lost it all.
Oh.
But yeah, did some horse racing.
Better than me. I lost like $90.
Yeah, I lost
Oh,
$30
sorry,
when I
man.
left. I didn't
Sorry.
feel too bad
I
about
just
that.
kept
That's
throwing it
rough.
on the wrong horses.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is not my game. it was still a fun experience.
Learning
was tight.
experience.
Yeah.
Learning.
Sounds like
Yeah, I
fun.
did that. Oh, and the party bus.
Yeah, we rode in a party bus for the first time.
Party buses are pretty cool.
Yeah,
I seen that. I
was
was like,
cool.
shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not as cool as you think. I mean, it's kind of cool to be like taking places and being able to drink while you're in like the back of a vehicle the whole time. That's pretty sweet because you can't
But-
just do that. Like,
The bus was janky though. The amp was
was.
blown, so like all we could get was the bass, and then the air wasn't even working, so we were all sweating in the back.
Oh.
Sounds like a
was-
rave.
It does.
Straight
so
up.
sweaty.
bus.
Bass
Yeah.
and sweat.
it was
Yep.
pretty weird.
Rape. Don't say rape bus.
Drinking
It
White
I
sounds
Claws
said
in the
rave
bus.
bus.
Drinking
Oh.
White
Rave.
Claw.
It's a rave, man.
White Claws.
That's what I
in the
meant
bus.
to say, but it sounds like
White
something
Claw?
else.
Wow,
Yeah, you
James.
drink White
That's
Claw?
a rave.
Sorry.
No, I've never had it.
Oh, okay.
White
You should
girls.
have
White girls drink White Claw. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying?
All the
What?
Brads and
Hey,
Shads
hey,
across the nation.
I haven't
my bad.
tasted it.
Oh
So James, what have you been up to, bro?
man,
It's been a minute.
I've been busy.
You can't just leave it at busy. You
Thug
need a little
life.
taste. Tell the people what you're working on. I know you got.
Oh,
I know
man.
you've been grinding a little bit. Tell us about it.
So I've been in the studio for like a couple weeks now, and I've been in there every day after work until like 2 in the morning, just constantly recording and then back to the computer and etc. But yeah, I got a couple songs and projects that I'm working on. One of them is with Audigy. We got about 4 songs that we got on there. It's a nice little snippet thing we're working on.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I'm working on a song here with Bryce. So trying to figure out where everything's
Fun
laying in
little
there.
project. We
Yeah.
laid something down while you went to Portland.
That's gangster.
You went
Yeah,
out
it was
to-
pretty. I mean, it's like kind of Bryce kind of moment, just spur of the moment. Like, you know what, we're here. Might as well record. And we got on. It sounds hot, man. It sounds dope.
And
as
what was
hell.
in my
It's
head
tight.
yesterday? Remember what I told
Oh,
you?
yeah.
First, too much pride to ever let go.
Yeah, this shit's
too
dope.
much pride.
Oh, don't
to
let the cat out the bag. too
But-
quick, you know what I'm saying?
But besides that, I'm also doing like I feel like the big project that I'm working on right now and the project that I'm working on with my cousin is taking a little bit more time, and I feel like I need to stay like relevant as far as like not relevant but consistent. And so I'm also working on a couple of singles myself.
Sweet.
Yeah, one of them is I had to like bully myself a little bit, you know what I mean? So I haven't done something, even to this day right now, even with my progression as far as song goes, I haven't done a song like this, and I haven't even talked about it. So when the first time I recorded it, towards the end, one of the powerful parts, I started crying. And I'm not a crier, you know what I mean? Unless it's like a really good movie or something. But
What do you mean you had to bully yourself?
Dang.
it was kind of like, what do we talk about? I forgot the name of it, but the ego death. It was kind of like a hard ego death of like a self-reflection on the man that I've become, and how I've treated others on my path to become the man that I am today. And so the song's called So Long. Like, it's been so long since I've done this, so long since I've done that. And I can go on, but then the song would be so long, and it's just, I didn't put that part in there, but I wanted to. But it's just like, you can take it as many ways as you want, but it's really deep to me. So, yeah, man, I've been bouncing
Can't wait
around.
to hear it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds
definitely.
tight. When's that drop?
You know what? It's got to come out soon. So,
Man.
what's the day?
That's on the Kings collection.
Yeah, no, that's separate.
It's a
single,
I'm
right?
putting that out before that's my next song coming out.
Cool.
So we're talking about like hopefully in a couple of weeks. Hopefully by the time this drops, you know what I'm saying?
I think
so
today's the 4th of September, by the way.
4th. Yeah, well, it's going to be
2019.
yeah. So it's
I
definitely
think
going to
it's
drop.
2019, right?
Yeah.
It moves so
Pressure's
fast.
on,
Yeah,
James.
yeah.
I don't know
It
anymore.
What is
is.
he saying?
It is.
Well, that's why.
Pressure's on, bro.
That's why I want to put a label on it, because I feel like when you put it on the label, when you put a date on it, it gives you that time. It's like
Like a
Labels,
relationship.
dates,
Yeah,
everything.
just wanna
all
put a
label
label
on
on
All
it.
the
to it.
above.
Gotta put a label to it. No, but
Trying to claim her now, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Put a, put a
married to
label
the
on
game.
it.
Yeah, no, but it's good to put a deadline on it, because then it kind of pushes you to, to get it done and quit
does.
procrastinating.
Definitely
So-
does.
But yeah, that's
for
what I've been
sure,
working
man.
on, man.
Tight.
Yeah.
Jesse, what you been up to, man? Where you been? I ain't seen much of you. I've heard.
was
more from
moving.
these two. Oh, I'm very aware of that.
Yeah. It was rough.
Wait, you knew about that?
Moving.
Is it
It
rough
is
time?
rough. Yeah.
The whole time I was like, yeah, it's going to be like 2 trips. And then I got some big
Nah.
stuff. I'll just borrow a truck. Borrowed the truck like 9 times. Took like 78 trips, maybe 79. I'm not quite sure.
You're not exaggerating any.
Nah, I don't think so. No.
It
And
sucks, huh?
and not only was it me moving from, here to a new location, but it was my girlfriend moving from her apartment into this new apartment.
In
So not-
Flagstaff,
Oh,
Yeah.
moved her
So
down
not
from
only
Flag.
did I have to move myself out, but I had to also help
Move
move
her
her
in.
out.
Oh
Right.
man.
Jeez.
We're still not like completely
Wow.
organized with like how we want everything set up. So it's kind of tough, but we have everything
Big.
like functionable right now, which is cool.
Enjoying it. It's like you get some
It's
space,
nice,
right?
yeah. It's pretty
Especially
nice.
when you're in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
You need some space.
I'm gonna be in the garage. Yeah. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Instead of cooped
I
up.
don't mean it
What you
like
say,
that,
James?
you know.
I'm just saying, man. When
That's
I
your
when I had
place?
no.
You got a studio to go to. I thought.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But we don't really.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't,
you-
you don't have it in
Anyways.
the garage. I know what
We-
you're saying.
No.
Does she smoke?
Yeah. No. Like separating yourself. What? I mean, I don't even know what you.
Anyhow,
Anyways.
Move-
on
What do you say?
another thing, I got another gig coming up on the 21st, Arabella
Sweet.
Hotel. Be playing some acoustic guitar and whatnot.
Yeah, you're sharp on the guitar right now, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I had actually had somebody hit me up today. He's a video artist in Phoenix. Couldn't tell you what his Instagram handle is at this point in time because it's still pretty new. But he wants to collaborate on some projects, some music videos. So
Sweet, man.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Make it
yeah,
happen.
of course
What's
that
up?
main stage thing that I did with Sarah, that animals event.
Oh, that
Oh,
was
that's
awesome.
a dope video.
I love
dude.
that video.
I had a lot of fun making it, and actually got a lot of feedback on it, which was super cool. So,
That's sweet. Yeah, man.
It did main
Yeah, it looked-
stage.
It looked like really legit.
Thanks,
I
bro.
saw it. It was very impressive. I was like, damn. I was like, that don't even look like main stage.
Nah, I was there, and he made it look way better than it actually.
That's what's up,
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
That's what the
Yeah.
videos do. Hey, I know that main stage reposted it, but did they say
They
anything?
reached out to me.
Did they?
Yeah, the owner actually reached out and just kind of just asking me some questions and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it got anybody that I tagged in it, reached out and thanked me for it. And
That's awesome.
just kind of, you know, either asked for the link or asked if they could repost it or whatever. So
Yeah.
it was good
Wow.
exposure. It was
That's
really
sweet.
it's something that I feel like is kind of solidifying the Captain Oasis like brand in the Verde Valley here. It's kind of kind of pushing its way through a little bit, which is super cool.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool.
You did that for Sarah, right?
Sister Sarah.
Sister Sarah.
Sister Sarah.
Episode 6. I think.
Uh huh.
Is that 6?
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
6, yeah.
that's 6.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Well,
What about you?
I guess talk about myself a little bit. You know
What's
what I'm saying?
been happening?
What's going down, man?
I've been all over the place. I'm sure you guys know. I went to Portland for the week, and I just like shut social media out. You know what I mean? Like I just went like dark, dude. I just went dark. I didn't want
How'd that feel?
It was amazing.
I bet it felt
It was
good.
amazing. It was like I
No
was in the real
pressure.
world again. I was like, wow.
Living in the moment.
Look at all these experiences I'm having, like a human being. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was tight. We went out there and went to like Montenomah Falls. Went out to the wine country. I'm trying to live in the wine country. As an old man decided,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to live in the beach. I just want to go live in the pretentious ass wine country. You know what I mean?
Winoma Falls, you said?
Montenomah Falls. Yeah, I think I showed you.
I gotta visit, man.
You guys know what Montenomah Falls
No,
is?
I've never been
Oh yeah, it's a really famous picture you can see where people are like, "This is what Oregon looks like," and there's like that huge waterfall and the bridge like right in front of it.
there. Oh yeah, it's so
Oh,
beautiful.
seen
yeah,
that?
I
you see 'em
have,
in
yeah.
movies.
It's
Yeah,
so
that's
beautiful.
amazing when you go there.
I wanna
It's
go there.
Amazing.
That's
Imagine-
the only video you took, really, while
That's
you
the
were there, right?
only
Just the
video I took, and
waterfall?
it was like that was
Done.
it. Only video I took, and I was the only one. Yeah, so I took like maybe like 3 pictures, and I didn't even take them. I took like 1 picture of Sonia, and some other people took pictures of like her and I, or me and like my buddy Chris, and that was it. And yeah, just like lived like very much in the moment out there, and you know she did the same thing. We just like really took in the place. This is my 3rd time being there, but like you know, wanted to take her, and yeah, it was a really great experience, you know. But then we came back, and the night we got back, I got a call from my grandma saying my grandpa was in the hospital because he had like this. He's got stage 4 cancer, so he had this like infection. That they thought was gonna kill him. You know, he had like a like a fist-sized ball of infection in his back. So they were like, he's not gonna make it. So we drove out there the next day, and they ended up putting him through surgery, and they ended up like being able to like get it out of him and save him.
Like drain it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, we were out there, and I went with my cousin, and we went out because I mean we're in Vegas. You know what I mean? We're not at the hospital for 2 days straight. So we went out and went to down into the Strip. And ended up going to that real bodies exhibit. You guys ever heard about the real bodies exhibit? Where it's
No.
like the
Have
actual
you?
like
What about one in New York?
there's
I've
like
never heard about the one in
preserved
Vegas.
human bodies like on
Ah.
display, and like you can see all the muscles and like all the fibers of the muscles and everything, and like yeah, like all the
They
it's
just
Is that
donated
legal?
it to
Yeah, I was gonna say,
To
man.
yeah.
entertainment?
Well, I went in and I asked. It was really
It's
really
Area 51.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. It's not as weird as you would think. I mean, it's kind of weird because you're like looking
Yeah.
at like a person
This
who's
is a
been, like,
body.
cut into like weird like sections so you can like kind of see what the human body looks like inside.
Hmm.
But I asked him, I was like, where did these people come from? Like, do you guys know anything about them? And they were like, oh, they're Chinese. They're like all Chinese. We don't know how old they are. They were all prisoners is what they told me. Like that's what they said at the
Wow.
thing. And I
What?
asked them where the bodies came from. But yeah, it's really weird, man. It's like they're on display and like you could like touch them. You're not supposed to touch them, but they're like right in front of you, like preserved and like dehydrated and stuff. But it's really weird when you're looking at like what it looks like to see all those tendons and everything and like your arms, and you're like moving your arms and you can like feel them moving in your arm. You know what I mean? And it's like all on display. It's not gross. Like it's pretty weird. But they had like this one section on like death where you like go through this hallway and it gets like real spiritual. Like it's all lit up and there's all these displays and there's like this hallway and you go down, there's just like candles like on the ground and it's like all dark. And that's like a really deep portion. It's like talking about like the celebration of like the consciousness, like leaving the body,
Wow.
like the physical body. Like
That's
you're learning about the physical body, and
Yeah.
then there's this like section. So I had like this, like, you know, Allie and I were talking about it when we were there. It's my cousin. We were talking about it. And it felt like a really like weird, like touching moment as our grandpa were like in the hospital with he's
Oh,
got
yeah.
stage 4 cancer. So like, you know, like you're in Vegas and everything's like, bah, like, you know, like you said before, Vegas is like a cheap imitation of like everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like we're there, and then you go into this exhibit, and like we came out, and I came back out to Vegas, and I was like, oh man, like what did I just experience? So I would recommend it personally. It's not as weird as it sounds. You know what I mean? And you'll learn a lot about the human body. So just throwing the plug in there, but
And what's
yeah,
the exhibit?
Yeah,
called?
what's it called?
The real body.
the real bodies exhibit. Yeah, there's I think there's 2 of them in Vegas actually. There's 2 of them, and sometimes it comes to Phoenix. But yeah, there's
That sounds awesome.
There's no real way to learn about a human body without doing something illegal unless you go to see something like that. You know what I'm saying? So like it kind of put into perspective like what the body is for me, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I don't know, like a walking vessel at times, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just
Well, no, yeah, and it-
experiencing like life in this, like you know what I mean? Like it feels like to
In
me
the
like
vessel.
like a vehicle. It feels like a vehicle at times. So when you get to like study the vehicle, anyways, yeah, it's pretty tight. When we did that, came back, and then went to California like a week later, and we went surfing and did the party bus and all that stuff. And
You can watch a video on that. I made a video for it. There's just so much to talk about.
yeah, California was
I just threw it in
yeah,
there.
San Diego is a special place. If you ain't been there, I'd recommend it. Like the exhibit, I guess. I recommend all kinds of things.
Yeah, you
But
do.
anyways, guys, I want to talk about Miss Danielle here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't even know until one day you told me, but we were neighbors for like years, and
Oh yeah.
yeah, she knew like all this stuff about me.
I did.
I was like getting coffee
Swear
from her
it.
for years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I know you.
she's like, I know you, and I was like, how? She's like, oh yeah, I'd like to know your mom and like your stepdad and like all this stuff. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm your neighbor. I was like, you are? For like how long? She's like years.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were neighbors for like years, and I didn't even know.
Until one day he saw me outside chopping wood. He's like, I saw you chopping wood.
that was it. Yeah. So, and then I was like, well, that was pretty strange. I didn't know that I was so close to my coffee person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. But now you're doing like, you're all like into fitness. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a long time since I met you doing like fitness and specifically the Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Like, I went and did it for a while. You got me all interested.
I was
in it,
like, you
know?
gotta come.
So let's tell the people a little bit about you. Like, I don't even know. Like, are you from here?
Yeah.
Like,
Born and raised.
born and raised here?
Yep.
What?
Man.
In the Verde Valley?
Yeah.
Here.
I
That's
was.
what's up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what's up, man? So I was born in Cottonwood. I was raised in Rimrock for like, 18 years. And I moved here to Camp Verde, which is like,
Yep.
a few miles down the road.
Not too far. Yeah.
Nope.
That's cool.
Been here ever since.
What kept you
Man.
in the area? Why didn't you move to Phoenix or a city or something?
Okay, so when I was like 17, I wanted to enlist in the military. My parents, they wouldn't sign me over. So then by the time I was 18, I was already in love, and then I got married and had kids, and then kids and the ex were here, so I have to stay here.
Gotcha.
you
Life.
know? Life.
Camp Verde is
Sailing,
kind of a
huh?
Camp
Yeah.
Verde is kind of a whole black hole too, though. Kind of just
It's
get.
not that bad.
I feel like it is.
Yeah, it's
Everybody
not
makes
that
it
bad.
sound so bad.
I think it is.
You think it's that bad?
It's a beautiful
It is like
area.
that.
I'ma tell
I
you
love
what.
it here, but
I'ma
there's
tell
not a
you
lot
what.
to do.
For the natives that have been here, I've been my whole life here, and then I left for 2 years, and I missed home so much. And when I heard they had a dealership open up in my hometown, bam, missed a bunch of opportunities just to come home. It's a black hole.
You moved to Phoenix or something?
I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
you
moved to
were gone
Phoenix.
for a few
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, I was gone right after
MIA.
Alco.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was like outie.
I didn't even
This
say bye.
area.
Then he came back.
Yep.
You
came
missed
back.
us.
Every
Yes.
form of
I
refuge
was like, there
has
you
its
are,
price,
King
though.
James.
That's
Just
me.
make that
That's
clear.
what's up.
I've wanted to move so many times.
I heard you. That.
But you know what? Like every time I go somewhere, I always come back home here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, it's not really that bad though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause I go to we went to San Diego, went to Las Vegas, and Portland all in 1 month, and I can tell you, like, I felt like I was nobody everywhere I went. I was just no one. Like, I didn't know anybody.
How long would it
Isn't
take
that
you to be
weird?
somebody though? There.
That's just weird. I
Yeah.
come here
That's
and
what
I
I
like.
think.
We're
That
like,
was
there's
good.
Paul.
I go to bashes and I see you
I
and I
think, how
see
long
like
is
I
it gonna
see all
take
these
for me
people
to
that
be
I know
somebody?
all the
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
right,
like
man.
so
Yeah.
that's kind of important. But how's the Muay Thai going?
Okay, so Muay Thai is going well. I try to go at least 3 times a week, just to keep your cardio up. Otherwise, you get really sore really fast.
You dove into it pretty hard.
Yeah, it did. When I first started, I would go 5 days a week, and so yeah, it's intense when you go 5
It
days.
sounds
a week.
like a job.
It's
Yeah.
a full commitment,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's an hour a session.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What is Muay Thai?
What is it?
Yep.
It's the technique and the how you do it. It's not the same as like grappling or like
Right.
jiu-jitsu because that's like you're on the ground pounding. This is all up. You're up. You're never on the ground. You're always like facing and like you're standing. You're never like grappling and jiu-jitsu. You're on the ground and stuff like that.
Is that like a form of
Like,
like
okay,
a
so,
muscle
like,
memory?
Yeah, kinda. MMA is
It's like Thai kickboxing.
yeah.
That's what
Uh-huh.
it is.
It's like it's kickboxing is what it is. So everything you're standing. You're never on the ground doing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it turns you into a monster, dude.
It does because it's all like it's muscle memory and it's just like the drills are so long. Like each one you're just doing like 3-minute rounds of this, 3-minute rounds of that, and so you're like, oh my god, 3 minutes sounds like it's not that long.
It's
but
constantly pushing.
once you're constantly doing a 3-minute round, you're like, I'm dead.
Yeah, I felt like when I was going and doing it, because I did it for like, I don't know, like a month and a half or something. And then it was just like, I felt bad because all those kids were going like every single day. They would go
Yeah.
5 days a week and they were
Committed.
all in the fighters class. And I wanted to go big or go home,
Yeah.
so they were going like every day. And then all of them were like, are you going to come 5 days a week? Like all of
Yeah.
them, they were all asking me that. And I was like, oh man, I'm just like not able to give this my all apparently if I'm doing, I was doing music and stuff like that too. But yeah, I feel like when I was doing that, I was getting pushed harder, like physically, than my body like ever been pushed before. I feel
Yeah.
like he like really like Cliff Larson is the man. He
Clifford-
like will push you to
He
the
will
edge.
push you to the edge until you're like gonna throw up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
went back to the gym after that, and I felt like I was at the country club. or
Yeah,
something,
you're like,
you know
oh,
what I
this
mean?
is easy. Woo!
Yeah, I was like just like doing weightlifting. I was like, this is cool, but when I was hitting that bag and he was like, just
Ugh.
hit it for 3 minutes straight, I was like,
And
okay,
he's like,
and then
no, faster, harder.
Yeah.
You're like, ah.
no, it's
Yeah,
really good
yeah.
exercise. You're trying
It
to
really
get
is.
some cardio in.
If he thinks you're going easy, no. He's like, no, you need to go faster. You need to hit that bag. You need to hit it hard.
So
Yeah.
you work on technique first.
Oh yeah, you need to get the technique down so you don't hurt
Right,
yourself.
yeah, because you're hitting the bag like
Yeah.
this or right,
Yeah, you don't want to hurt your.
breaking your wrist.
Yeah.
or
I see you
something.
still got your wrist all taped up or all wrapped up.
Yeah,
Right?
She
they're
about
all
to fight
sweaty
somebody.
from earlier.
Just bring it in here. She came ready to
Smell it.
fight today, dude.
Yeah,
I could like put on the GoPro and you got some pads or something?
yeah, I brought the pads
Yo,
out.
that'd be dope.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be
I
sweet.
could show you a
If
few
somebody could hold the
techniques.
GoPro over my shoulder and
You do have the pads, really?
Yeah, I brought them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
you got
brought
like the
some.
hand ones?
really
Okay, so
interactive,
yeah, I brought
dude.
the hand ones.
Sounds
but
like a side
I
video to
can
me.
still kick them or punch
add it
them.
in later.
Really?
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
separate video.
Oh,
Edit.
man.
Throw it in
Yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
to see that. Yo,
Yeah.
could we really
I want to
get-
see Brett get beat up. That's
Let's do
something
that
I'm
part
excited
two. Let's
Has he
start
ever-
part 2 like that. That'd be tight.
Definitely, yeah. So
Yeah.
I brought the stuff
What
because I
makes
have
you-
it.
I wanted to ask this earlier, but he was like, "That's good podcast conversation." So
Okay.
what made you want to get into Muay Thai?
Okay, so I was depressed all the time, and I didn't know what to do with my life. I was like, I need to do something. I just
feel
feel
that.
down all the time. I got to change something. I got to work on myself. So one of my customers came in, and she's like, I'm doing this Muay Thai. It's intense. I got all these bruises. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, let's get
Sign me
it.
up. So I was like, where is this at? And then as soon as I went, I was like, this is for me. And then I started going 5 days a week, and like I just felt so much better about life. And
That's
it
awesome.
You had to put a
changed
label
me.
to it because you
It
made a
was just-
relationship with it.
Yes,
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
I
You
felt
could find that
good.
outlet too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Especially around here too.
Take that depression and make something out of it.
yeah, yeah. Just become a better person,
Yeah.
and that like healthy lifestyle, like learning how to eat right, went along with it. Like coach, he'll tell you like, hey man, if you want to really train like a fighter, then you need to change your nutrition too. And he'll tell you like, oh, you need to eat oatmeal, you need fruits here, and this is what you should be eating. This is the amount of protein you should be eating. So
He's
he'll-
awesome.
He is like,
Nah, he's the man.
yeah. So he'll like, he'll help you out in every way possible. So,
I feel like I need to go.
yeah.
Dude, I
That's
felt
an
like I
asset.
was letting him down when I stopped going. I felt like I was like upset about it. But I also had like music sessions with you guys like 3 days in
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah,
And
he's
then
like,
he
"I
was
can't
just
do
like,
it."
"Are you coming?" And I was like, then I just started feeling bad. Like I was like, "Oh, I didn't show up. I can't just show up like, you know what I mean, just randomly whenever I want, you know." So, but he's the man, dude. He's the man. And we were
The
talking
man,
about
dude.
dude.
Man, dude.
Sir.
Dude, man.
Sir, he's the man. We were talking about it earlier, and like how when he's like trying to like demonstrate how to do something, and he's like lightly touching you, it like
You
it
can
like
see.
fucking hurts.
Yeah,
dude.
the energy.
Yeah,
You're like,
he
hold,
like
he's like, hold the pad, and you're like,
yeah.
okay.
yeah, it hurts. A light tap from that guy will like mess you up.
Wrecked. Get
Yeah,
wrecked.
yeah.
I have
good
some
stuff.
serious bruises from that man. Gotta. I
Can
was
you
like,
really? Can you kick someone in the head right now?
Probably. I mean, I haven't tried, but I could probably try.
Do you feel more confident out in the streets? Like you could fight somebody if you need to?
Definitely. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Like he's always like having us do these push kicks, and if he thinks we're not like pushing the bag far enough out, he's like, "Hey, that's an attacker. You need to push him out." So then
Yeah.
you're like picturing somebody attacking you, and you're just push.
It's good motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're really gonna let him take your purse? Or
Yeah.
You're really gonna let him just slap you or whatever? That sort of stuff?
Exactly.
Put it
Like,
in real
he'll
world
be like-
situation.
Get you some, you know.
yeah, like you want some of this? I'm a, yeah.
What's super cool about that too is if somebody was like gonna mess with you, just like out on the streets, like no like offense to you or anything, but I don't feel like you look like you'd be able to fight.
Oh,
You
no.
know what I mean?
I
So
know.
it's
I
like
look
You
so
look
like
too nice.
yeah.
you're just like a hidden weapon. It's just like
Now when I order coffee, I'm gonna be way more
Right?
nicer than you.
Be like,
I'm
To
gonna
be all
like,
polite.
Hey.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
I forgot a
miss.
straw. Please, can I please get?
Oh,
You know what I
Use
mean?
straws anymore, James.
You put too much. Oh yeah.
I would be
whatever.
like Sparta kicking somebody in my head all day. I'm like,
That's
really?
Yeah.
You really? Oh, Sparta kick you.
Do you feel
Yeah.
like do you feel like you could you ever talking to like men now, you know, like not and this don't mean this in any kind of way, like but you know, like I feel like my fiance, she's like 5'3" and 100 pounds.
Yeah,
so you know,
she's
like
tiny.
170-pound dude, like that's like kind of hard for her to fight off, but you feel like a whole level of like confidence now around people.
I do
You, like,
all the
walk with your
time.
shoulders back and everything.
I'm
now?
like, catch me outside.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. So you've seen like a pretty good like flip then in your lifestyle from it.
Very
right?
much so. Very much so. I went from like, what am I doing with my life? All depressed and stuff like that, to like, motivated. I'm like, oh my god, I want to change this person's life too. Like, if
Yeah.
they have like problems with their nutrition, I'm like, hey, this is what you could eat instead of that. And
That is awesome.
because
That's
I know
awesome.
now.
yeah.
Before I didn't. And then, knowing your calories in versus calories out. If you're trying to lose weight,
What about gain weight?
gaining weight, if it's like a lot harder. You want to have
Yep.
like,
Yep.
especially if you're doing cardio, you don't want to do too much cardio if
Nope.
you're trying to gain weight.
Yeah.
So
I used
Don't-
to
don't do
run a
that.
6-minute mile, and then I realized these
that's
guys they've
way
been
too
running.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, when these guys they've been running for years, and I look how skinny their chicken legs are.
Yeah, chicken legs.
Mine are worse, and I'm like, there is no way.
Yeah. You want to
So-
do like more like weightlifting if you're trying to do, and like lots of protein and
Yeah.
just like stuff
The
like that.
expensive stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like carbs. Carbs will like bulk
It
you
is.
out too, man. Rice, potatoes, that kind
You
of
gotta
stuff.
actually go to the gym too, Jim.
That's
Yeah, you
money.
gotta lift those weights.
Well, I just feel like it's hard to
big
build.
portion.
You could
It's hard
do
to build
it.
muscle off of nothing. I'm just skin and bone, literally. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know.
That's how I felt when I first went to Cliffs. I was just like, I'm such a stick. I need like something on my bones.
Yep.
And we do a lot of cardio, but I've gained a lot of weight since I worked there, or been practicing, because it's all muscle.
Yeah.
So
And muscle weighs more than fat.
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said I'm like 18% like fat versus muscle or something. So
I don't know
Oh.
what's
Anyways,
good and bad on
I
that.
know.
Sir, if you just do a little bit, I went to the gym. I went back like 150 pounds or something when I went started going again.
Yeah.
A few months back before I just like took off for a whole month. But when I started going back, I gained like 10 pounds in like a month, dude. just going to the gym, and I feel like it was noticeably like I was noticeably more muscular on my
I
body.
felt like you were too.
Yo, I got a question
Yeah.
though. Do you think that it's like the actual act of going to the gym and picking up the weights and lifting them up and setting them down, or do you think it's that your mind knows that you did that? You know,
I think
Maybe a
that
little
you
bit of
actually
both.
I think
did
it's
it.
the, I think it's
I
the
think you
gym.
did it
I think it's the
Yeah, I think it's the
physicality
gym.
more
Yo,
than anything.
because you'd be ripped otherwise, right?
Yeah,
You'd be
'cause if
like,
I just
I'll be
thought about
freaking-
being ripped,
yeah,
I'd be like, I'm
thinks
like,
about
you
it
can't
all the
fool
time.
your mind.
He's
You
always
can't
in-
fool yourself.
No.
he's always in there. He's
Yeah.
like, Danielle, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go to the gym today, right now. And then I'm like, did you go? And he's like, no.
No, you know what happened one time is I was gonna go to, this is like probably a month and a half, 2 months ago. I was gonna go to the gym this one day. It was like on a Wednesday or something. So I was like, oh, it's a Wednesday. I gotta go to the gym. So I'm like, and I'm just like, nah, I don't want to go to the gym. But I get on fucking Instagram, and what do I see? I see Day Day. What is it? Day Day with the numbers after it, her Instagram
Yeah.
tag, and it's just a picture of her looking muscular as shit. She's like, it's in black and white. It's so dramatic. She's just like looking over it. Like, it says, "Did you go to the gym today?"
Oh, it did.
I was like, damn. I was like, I feel like such
Calling
a
you out.
fucking fat ass right now. This shit was so.
I tried to, motivate. I'm like, this will change your life.
It was
Feel good.
motivating
Yeah.
for sure. I was like, damn, like I'm getting like put down by this like little blondie right now, telling me put me in my spot. But yeah, you made me feel like I need to go. So it's success. You're being successful at it if you're
Yep.
really trying to inspire someone, because you made me feel terrible about myself
I'm
for
sorry.
not going.
I did not mean to
no.
feel
It's okay. Like I should feel terrible if I'm not gonna go to the gym. Like that should be the consequence.
Shamed him.
Shamed me. She didn't shame me. She just asked the question. I
was like,
shamed
Did
myself.
you go to the gym?
Yeah.
Did you?
She left it up to me to shame
decide,
myself,
yeah.
dude. Which is even crazier. But guess what? That's 30 minutes, y'all.
30.
So that's 30. So we're gonna
Nice.
take a little quick break,
Nice.
and then we'll
Sweet.
be right back.
All
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
All right.
Is that cool? We all in the green? Is that cool?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
fine.
Yeah.
You sure? All right.
Hold up.
It'd be a lot nicer if it was hers. She got money.
We're all set. You the man. You the man.
Man, I just don't like seeing a beautiful microphone just chilling there, man. You gotta hold it. You can't let it touch the
Yo.
ground.
Put it
Thanks,
all
buddy.
up in your face.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
You keep an umbrella in your car, bro?
Yes, I got like a couple of umbrellas. Why you see me pull that out?
It was like a light drizzle, and you brought an umbrella out.
What?
Well, I also got a bunch of electronics I was bringing in. It was pouring where I was
Oh.
living,
It
so
was purring.
it's pouring.
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 Well, that's understandable. You
Yeah,
don't want your electronics.
She understands. Yeah, you don't want a $3,000 laptop and a $1,000 iPad get wet. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I feel your
She
pain.
understands. Paul's not listening. So
Those storms are
Huh?
dope, right?
it's
They just
crazy.
show up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
You're like,
awesome.
okay,
No, you know
cool
what?
guy.
I saw a
Cool.
double rainbow coming over here with like a painted skyscape. It looked like it was painted.
You
Just
good?
Beauty.
I was literally on the way down here for the podcast, and it was raining, and then it just stopped for like a quarter of a mile, and then it was just pouring again. And I got here and it was sprinkling. I was like, what the hell?
Yo.
Part 2.
We're rolling.
And we're
Right,
back.
guys, and we
Keep
are
rolling,
back.
rolling.
And so it smells a little bit more like a locker room in here now, because we
bit
all
more.
just did a little bit of Muay Thai with Danielle.
Hashed it out.
It was pretty
That was
tight.
fun. I had a good time.
I got
not
him
only
pumped.
watching
She
it,
caught
but
us
being a part
outside.
It was sweet. The footage will be there. If you're listening to this and you're watching the video, then
If you make it
you already
halfway,
saw it.
If you listen,
You'll see
if
it.
you listen to it, go watch the video. How about that?
Yeah. If you're listening, go
Well,
watch the video, because
yeah.
it's in there and it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, if we look a little shiny in the video, you know why?
Big glowing.
Just getting back in it.
It's
Well, cool.
glitter. It's glitter.
Well, I
It's
know
not
it's
sweat.
glitter.
It's not
It's-
sweat.
It's
Glitter on
glitter.
everybody.
Yeah.
Glitter Bay.
Oh,
Let's get back into it, guys. So I know we're all pretty heavy on this like social media thing, like I see you. I
Yeah.
see you. It's the only reason I know anything about you.
Right.
Well, no, I know you too, but
I know.
but
I
I see,
post a lot.
like that. Honestly, like I've kind of realized lately, like that's like really. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but that's just like how people know you now. You know what I mean? Like it's just how they know you. It's just how your online profile looks. Like I put that little video of me playing like the guitar, and I didn't even realize I posted to Facebook. And I went on there, and I was like, wow, there's like people on here that like I know. You know what I mean? They're like, I never hear anything from you or anything, and now they're like all hitting me up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, oh, I guess like you're supposed to be a part of this like community. That's how everybody. You know, I guess I don't have to like call my family as much if I just put something on Facebook. You know what I mean?
It's kind of fucked up.
It is fucked up.
It's a little fucked up,
that.
but like
Little bit.
really,
Yeah.
You know, it kind of makes things easier a little bit too. You know. 'Cause,
Well,
like,
I'm gonna
go ahead.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm just gonna say this because when you call somebody up, like if I didn't talk to my uncle for a while, and yeah, I call him up randomly, like, hey man, I haven't heard from you, man. How you been, bro? You bro. I wouldn't call my uncle, bro. Probably get slapped. But anyways,
Okay.
between that and if he posted something like, you know, today's been great and I'm working, my life is doing great, I got these things rolling for me, and then it's just like, oh, okay, so he's doing good. Well, he doesn't know that I'm thinking about him. You know what I mean? Because you could like it. What is that for? You know what I mean? I don't even look at my likes anymore, to be honest with you. Like, I look at the shares because that, like, is kind of weird that means a little bit more because it's like, oh, thanks for spreading the positivity. But
What's that extra step that somebody took to like help you promote your stuff? Is what a share is. Like a like's a like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But a share
exactly.
is a share.
Yeah, that's like
they might have another person or other people that
That you
they're
don't have.
targeting, you know,
Yep.
that they're reaching that you might not be reaching. So
right, and that's why I think
shares
this share's
actually-
better than
Yeah.
the like. But my point is
consider
that now I won't take that second thought to call him because I already know how he's doing. But he don't know that, and so it's just like there's a loss of connection, and I don't know the word.
But it always goes back to that thing, like just because I look happy on my Instagram does
Doesn't
not mean
mean-
I'm
yeah.
happy.
So
you know
it-
what I'm saying?
yeah,
and
that's-
not like
that's
saying
true,
that
that's
personally.
true.
Like I felt that personally too.
I've done it.
But like I feel that with other people. I almost start to see it now as just like everybody's just a human on here. Like even if you have like 3.5 million followers and you're like Ariana Grande or whoever you are, I mean, unless she's not a human and I don't know anything about it,
Yeah, right.
like we're all just humans out here and we're all
Yeah.
just on the same platform, like trying to you know showcase whatever we're showcasing.
share our life. Yeah, definitely. That's what I think it should be used for, like social media. But I just feel like connectivity with your family mainly, and then like close friends, it's kind of lost a little bit between because just like texts are super hard to interpret. It there's no body language, there's
Especially if
no
you
emotion,
don't read them, James.
Talking through your
especially
thumbs.
if you don't read them, James. So,
I'm sorry.
There's
Jab.
some
Oh,
stuff. There's
just
some
kinda
stuff
jabbing.
like lost in translation. For
exactly.
Sure.
And so I feel like the call or the visit is just much more genuine. So I feel like it does kind of get lost in social media, and we don't think about it. But that's just my take on it. I'm
Yeah.
guilt to it. I'm
I see
of
what
it,
you're saying.
guilty of it. Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe I'm just like maybe more of a like disconnected person. I like my privacy and be able
No,
to
that's
enjoy
true.
my space. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I think that maybe that's why Facebook, like maybe I just don't want my family out of my business. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why you gotta be out of my business, Grandpa? Not-
Facebook's a little
if any
weird
of my
like
grand-
that.
It is.
But let me
yeah.
clarify. If any of my grandparents are listening to this, like I didn't mean
See?
that specifically.
See,
about
see,
you.
this is what it's talking
I just
about.
meant that, like, you know, just like it was the first thing that came to mind. It could have been like auntie or my mom or anything.
It's
but
an example.
It's an example, you know what I mean?
But this is what we're talking about, though.
But you know what I
Open your
mean?
biz.
Like, you know, why do I always need them up my grill? But also, they appreciate that. So,
Give or take.
you know what I mean? But at the same time, I get on there and I see a lot of garbage when I go on
Yep.
Facebook
Yeah,
and the
you're right.
Instagram.
I'm like,
So,
whoa.
I have this like, I feel like if you're a narcissist, you get on IG. You know what I'm saying? You're on that Instagram. You got a narcissistic side. You're like about something. You want to like sell whatever it is you're doing.
Yes,
Like, you're on Instagram.
business,
So
yeah.
You're an artist. You're this, that. Like, you're on IG, right?
Yep.
Like, that's where those people go.
You know what Facebook's
know what
for?
I mean?
Facebook's for those funny fucking videos. I love Facebook videos. Amazing things that happen, scary things that happen, stuff that you have to uncover because you want to see the photo because you're weird.
Yeah, but the issue with okay, my issue with Facebook is that my issue with all of it is that it puts you in like a little bubble. You know what
Yep.
I mean?
The
Like
social
Barack
bubble.
Obama talked about this. He said the biggest thing that was like, you know, an issue with like American voters and stuff is that they're in bubbles. You know what I mean?
Media bubble.
Yeah, you're in
Yeah.
like a media bubble and like, you know, the entertainment that you consume, like everything's just like a bubble.
It's all
So-
forced to you
yeah,
by like
by an algorithm.
Yeah.
Like, so really it's like, oh, well, I want to, you know, I like AOC or I like Donald Trump. Like, you like either or. So, like, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, you're getting ads from the NRA all the time, and, like, you know, for like pro Donald Trump stuff. Like, I'm not saying that I'm either or, you know what I mean? I'm not like trying to bring it in there, but there's like a part that our democracy, I think, is gonna suffer from when, like, everybody's only getting stuff like directed to them based off of what they already believe.
They don't see the whole story. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
so
all
like
directed.
that's the issue I have with it. However, I have like a pretty good like mindset for it. So like for me, like I don't really read new, and a lot of it's fake. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff online is like fake, like Facebook.
I like
all
what
stuff,
Stacey Renee said about social media and how it makes these corporations accountable for what they do. You know,
That's
like
true.
the oil companies
Yeah.
setting fire because they lost that lawsuit in the Amazon,
Oh, that
and then not
shit, man.
covering
Dang.
it with the media.
It's crazy.
You know,
That
like
is crazy.
that
Yeah.
because they control all the fucking media and everything we see. So we didn't get to find out about that from Fox News. We found out about that from some guy who's in the Amazon jungle and has 5 million followers on Facebook or Instagram.
And those
You know?
pictures are real too, man.
It's real as shit, dude.
That shit
So
hit me in the heart when I seen that.
It's
it was
it's
one
a
day, it was
valuable
all there.
tool for us to build with. But my question is, how far is this shit going to? Because the same guy who I saw with the 5.5 million followers or whatever, I saw him brushing his teeth on his story. I saw him going through like what BCAs he's taking. I saw him getting into like intricate details in his routine and his life. And like, if that's what I have to do to be an influencer, I don't want any fucking part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on that point now.
You want to have a private side.
Yeah,
You're like, that's not your business, man.
Yeah, I want to spread enlightenment and you know, get the word out there of truth, but I don't want to fucking sell my whole routine while doing it, my whole
Yep.
daily. And now I'm brushing my teeth. And then once I don't, one day that I don't do that, there's fucking headlines in the papers like, you didn't see Bryce Beasley brushing his fucking teeth today on IG. What's he doing? You
Where'd
know,
he go?
like,
Yeah.
it could
A
get
lot of
to,
YouTubers are like that,
Yeah,
though.
yo.
You know, I follow a lot of
Crazy, right?
YouTubers. They show you what they, you know, what they take their makeup off with and everything.
And
You're like,
that's
Yeah.
extreme. You're
You know?
looking at these people, you're like, these are the people who have a lot of followers who I want to be like.
Yep.
But it's like, do I really want that? Do I really want that?
I learned that trying to do vlogging. I was like, do I really want to like every single thing that I'm doing? Like, do I need to show this?
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta, like,
yeah. You
you gotta
got in it
condense
with.
it.
That's what vlogging is. You
That's
know what
what
I
vlogging
mean?
is, and it's fun. But it, like you're saying, like there's like that privacy and that it's almost like you're going to do these things to document it. Like, why aren't you just doing these things? You know what I mean?
But also too,
Like, it kind
I
of felt
think
like
I
that
appreciate the journey though. It shows a little bit of appreciation. When I was seeing you, you know, put all this together, and you're like it's cool clips, like when you're walking out and you're grabbing the camera, swift motion, and then you're like, all right, I'm here, about to climb up this mountain. We're gonna see over top. It's like, oh, he's letting us know, and then there's some footage of you climbing it. It shows like the journey, and that's appreciative.
And see, I'm trying to take as much out as I can of like, you know, like that more personal stuff. Like vlog 2. The reason vlog 2 isn't up is because it's mostly like personal. It's like I went on a hike with my girlfriend, and like I don't want to go into any details, but it's just like there's just a lot of stuff I don't really want to put in there, and not because like I don't want to show that side, but I just feel like that side doesn't really need to be shown.
Is
You
it
know what I
good
mean?
content?
Like
Yeah.
there's a certain like appeal that I'm trying to like have with the Captain Oasis like, I guess, like experience, and I just feel like I want it to be a little bit more cinematic.
Yeah.
And like less, you know, kind of personal.
Yeah, that personal side's better to keep to yourself.
A little bit, and I
keep your
still throw it in
sanity,
there
bro.
a little bit, but
yeah. You know what? What I think about all of this. So, because we're talking about keeping it like personal, I honestly think that keeping a personal life, if you're like an influencer, I think any influencer, I think having like a personal life and not putting yourself too much out there makes you more believable to me.
people
Because-
like knowing you're like you're a human and you make human mistakes.
Yeah.
you know?
Well, see, I don't really mean that like that. I guess, like for example, Jimi Hendrix is like, everybody knows who Jimi Hendrix is, right? But you think when Jimi Hendrix was like coming out, everybody knew every detail. Like he wasn't vlogging, he wasn't like putting up his
Yeah.
story on Instagram. Like you didn't know anything about his private life.
until
So when
later,
you-
until he got famous, and then it was like backstory kind of thing.
Well, it's like you hear his music now. You know, I'm sure he blew up because like you're listening to this guy play this guitar and you're like hearing this artist who you don't know anything, you don't have any like predetermination about. You know what I mean? Like you don't have any predetermination. Like I feel like I'll hear someone's music or I'll like buy into somebody for a little bit, and then when I like know too much about them, like it loses that like star-studded luster.
that.
You know what I mean?
It's the
like
mystery you lose, and you know them for who they are. And
everybody though, like everyone, like I was thinking about it like between us, you know what I mean? Like just like, like us musically, like it's harder for us to believe the songs that we're writing. Like if I write a song, it's going to be a lot harder for you guys to really like be able to get a full like idea of what that song is, because you guys aren't like the typical audience. You know what I mean? Like if I played you a song that I wrote, like you'd be hearing it with like completely different ears as opposed to these three.
We know you.
They have like a preconception about me, and then and like you know me too.
For sure.
But you would like be seeing it in a different side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the more we know about each other, it seems like the less we can be like satisfied with the things that we like created, the things we're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I see the corny level in everybody that I know is like everything all the time if I know them too much. But if I don't know you, it looks pretty tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like to me, I feel like it's not really a corny level. I guess I just know you in a 3-dimensional space rather than a 2-dimensional.
I'm a new
space,
person every day, man. You don't know me.
I know
every day.
you.
I
know
every
you.
day.
You're always late. I know.
You're always late.
I know.
I was
I'm
late
always
today.
gonna be waiting on.
I was the
rides.
first person here. I thought I was gonna be late.
Yeah, I know you're like
yeah.
5:30. I'm like, dude,
I'm all
gonna get
sending like
home,
a courtesy text. I'm like, look, fellas, like I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna be late. I was here way before anybody else.
They're
you
like,
sent a text?
we're there at
just
6.
playing.
What?
My
How
bad.
do you feel about like, I know I've seen that you started going like more, you started getting on the social media more. You feel like, was that to inspire, or just like kind of, I do feel like this, let me say this, I do feel like Instagram and Facebook are good documenting tools. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like your
totally.
mom, you know, like how when you're growing up, mom had like the book of like photos, and she'd be like,
Yeah.
and this is you when you were 5.
My mom totally
Like,
has a bunch of those too.
you know what I mean?
What the heck?
Mhm.
Like now it feels like that's Facebook and Instagram,
Yeah,
you know? But
totally.
also, well, I don't think it's that much different though, because mom only put the good photos of you. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah, yeah, I do know what you mean. You want to look perfect.
Yeah.
It's that image you want to create for
How
yourself.
do you feel about it? Like, do you think it's like, like we know like each other. Like I could probably make an assumption about how we all feel. But how do you feel about like, because I see you've been like putting more, and I've seen you putting like more like physical, like, but look at I'm fucking ripped. You know what I'm saying? Like I see it and I'm like I'm not even joking. I'll be sitting in there
Yeah.
with Sonia and I'll be like, look at Danielle. Like she's fucking ripped, dude. Like,
Yeah,
like I don't even.
that was in my prime. I'm like trimming down. I'm like, oh my god. But it's just because I haven't had time to go to the gym like I was going like 5 days a week. I've only been able.
Look great.
Well,
Well, it's
thank you.
visual proof too that it's like working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
not,
it's definitely working.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It changed my life. So I try to put it out there. Stay motivated. It changed my life. Maybe it could change yours.
That's
So
great.
that's
on.
why I put it
Yes.
out there.
Yeah.
But I did say that when you know somebody, like more so, like it's harder to see them that way. But I feel like at the same time, not really. You know what I mean? Like in like different scenarios, because I see yours, and like I felt bad because I didn't go to the gym. That one day. You know what I mean? Like so when I
Yeah.
say that, it's like almost like I'm like being hypocritical. You know what I mean? Saying like
Everything's a contradiction.
it's
man. I
all
get
like
it.
a contradiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as it goes, like. Like I know, like it looks like smoke and mirrors a lot of the time. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like also when you tell me, did you go to the gym today? I'm like, damn, fucking A, I should have gone to the fucking gym today. You know what I
Right?
mean?
No
Make
smoke and
time.
mirrors,
That's
and
why
that's
she-
a real thing.
That's
There
why
is-
she did it.
Yeah.
What matters to you? What's important to your life? That's what
Yeah.
that's what you should be like focused on.
We'll see. I just think that, like if you're trying to inspire, like, really you're trying to give somebody some sort of value towards your day,
Yeah.
right? And like that's ultimately like what I felt like that post did. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, and that's why I did it. I was like, I don't always feel like so beautiful, so that's why I always like play with the colors and whatnot because I'm like, oh, I'm all sweaty and gross. Like, ew, nobody's gonna think that's inspiring.
That
Go with
shows
it. No,
work.
that's definitely
That shows
inspiring.
work. You can't have perfect makeup on and your hair perfectly French curled and all that
Right.
stuff saying,
Yeah.
did you work out? You didn't work out. Look at you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to show that work. You
Right.
know?
There's that guy.
So I guess that's
Jocko.
where that side that's like where Paul's talking about. He's like, you know, it's cool that you're posting and stuff, but you don't have to look perfect. Like, get it, like you said, get that sweat out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show 'em.
We
People
wanted to
put
see you in
pictures
character today, like I said.
People put pictures of like on Snapchat of like photos of sweat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I sweat this much. You don't even pull a sweat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
people
No,
show
at
the amount of
cliffs,
work they're
I
putting
mean,
in.
we fall in our sweat. Like, it gets slippery.
Oh,
like,
man,
you
it
gotta
bet.
mop that up.
It gets hot in there too, right?
Yeah.
It gets hot in there.
Yeah, it was like 90 degrees, 94 degrees in there
It's
today.
brutal.
That's not that
Yeah.
I would tell all three of you to go give it a shot.
Like, just try it out to see how hardcore it is.
Yeah, just be like, I just want to give it a shot. He'll let you go
He
for like a
will,
week for free.
for a week.
If
yeah.
you want to go try it, and
Amazing.
and you'll probably go and you'll be like,
Let's go,
"This-
James.
Dude.
Make the day,
Gotta
man.
get
I'm
it.
ready. I'll wear my boxing shorts.
Is there like a,
Just
like a
code.
schedule? Like, are they closed on the weekends?
Yeah,
like,
they're closed on the weekends.
Yeah, Monday
Yeah.
through Friday. He's got like 2
Just let me
classes.
know.
I would recommend going to the fitness class instead of the
Fitness.
fighters
That's
class.
the
If
one
you
I
to
go
the
to because I don't like being hit in the face.
I'll be hitting the face.
I like my face.
Okay.
you
Yeah,
know?
the fighters class, like you gotta
I
make
go to
the
fitness.
commitment
Yeah.
if you're gonna go to that.
Fighters class is all about, you know,
Fighting.
when can you sign up to go to this fight?
Oh,
You're gonna work towards
Oh.
that fight
Yeah.
gonna
So
do
it's like
pretty
actually
what's-
like
It's
fighting.
for real. Yeah.
No, they go
Okay.
and fight. They
Yeah.
have like
Nice.
belts, and
like
stuff in
different
there that-
states. They'll fight in different states and
Wow.
stuff.
Sparta's, Spartan gear and all that stuff. Sparta gear. Sorry.
Yeah.
The big red mat ones look like Hellboy. Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
They have like, you know, pads.
Yeah,
on their-
that's
on
what I
their
was trying to
shins.
say. Yeah, they look like a catcher or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yes,
Like a
sir.
catcher.
That's the only way I could put it. Hellboy or a catcher.
Yeah.
It's like a mix between those.
Yep.
I just remember Taekwondo and it had like the big old red pads and you go in there.
They're
and
like
you-
sparring. Yeah,
Yeah,
sparring
sparring.
pads. Yeah,
Sparring.
sparring
Did it say
pads.
sparring? Yeah, sparring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparring pads.
Okay, so like in the
Sparting.
fitness, we don't spar too often.
Right, 'cause
If
that's
we,
more of a fight.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's where you have to have like, you know, the mouthpiece and the headgear.
It's like the
So-
serious stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
where that doesn't, like, the class I go to is not where you're gonna do like more push-ups and, you know, crunches and
Adrenaline and
yeah.
or adrenaline,
exactly
stamina and stuff
like
that.
50. Like we did 50 side V-ups and then we had to do 50 more on the side, 50 like regular crunches. And we're like 50, you know, like at 25 you're like, I gotta take a break, and he's like, oh no, you're only halfway there.
When you get a good workout, it's so tight because you could just walk out of wherever you were. You're like,
I
you'll-
did something.
well, I just feel like
It's
every
like,
time
so it feels good.
accomplishment.
I walk in, I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to do this, and then I walk out and I'm like, walking around with like my shoulders back. I'm
How
like,
you doing?
you know what I'm saying? Like looking at everybody, I'm like, "Sup?" You know what I'm saying?
I just did footy
Just getting in my
50
car,
push-ups,
driving
fucking
like with my arm up. And shit. You know what I mean?
sweat coming
Drive
down
with the
your
arm up, you know you feel swaggy when you got the glasses on, the arm
And
up,
the
you're
arm
looking
up,
at people,
yeah.
you know what I'm
That's
saying? Like the
right.
car's all dirty
That's
and shit.
right.
You're just like, you know what I mean? That's what the
People
gym will
looking at
do to
like,
you.
What's up? What's up with
Yeah.
that guy down there?
Yeah.
It releases all those endorphins, you know, and like
Makes
that
you feel good.
like
yeah.
more than anything, like that's always the thing that like makes me want to exercise, is just like what that does.
It does.
Yeah.
It makes you feel so good.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like a
Yeah.
natural high.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
I think you sleep better. You know what I mean? Too, which is
do,
nice.
yeah.
I always
yeah.
sleep way better.
I was always told to work out before you go to bed because it'll help you get tired. I have a problem with sleeping. I usually get like 4 to 5
Same.
hours.
Yeah.
Actually
I
slept
heard-
better when I was roofing. believe it
Yeah, because you're
Yeah,
in the
bet.
sun all day, right?
Yep.
Like
It's just beaming down.
exhausted,
on-
or not.
man.
So it just
Yeah.
It kind of helps you put your body and mind to rest for the night.
You know what I really liked doing was taking those nootropics and going to the gym. That's awesome.
What is that, like a pre-workout?
No, they're like
It's
they're like
speed.
brain pills.
Actually.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
All natural.
Interesting.
You ever heard of lion's mane?
Nope. Oh,
you-
yeah. Yes.
I can give you some. You want
Yeah.
to try them?
No, I'm good.
mushroom.
No, I'm good.
They're all
She's
natural,
like,
I'm
no.
telling
I
you.
am all natural. Yeah, I'm good.
They're all natural.
Oh, she's like,
They're-
I am all
it's-
natural.
They're made from
Oh.
mushrooms. Like there's these mushrooms and they like help with like cognitive like recall and they just give you like more energy.
Interesting.
It's not like a psychedelic mushroom or
Okay.
anything. No,
Okay. I was like,
they're
what?
completely legal.
Okay. Cool.
They're completely legal.
yeah, just
know
always
lion's
steroids
mane,
work
yeah.
out.
They're pretty sweet, but
It's
if
like
you take
echinacea kind of.
They
They
take
just
too
like-
much though.
I feel like you just take them like like when I would go to the gym, I'd take those, and I feel like my mind would just like lock in on like pushing. You know what I mean? And they give me a little more energy. You know what I
Weird.
mean? So like, I would like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe
It's
Rogan.
funny.
Yeah, Joe Rogan takes nootropics before he goes to the
Yeah,
gym
he
and
takes a
stuff.
lot of stuff.
why he
takes a bunch of
Yeah, he's
supplements,
like
yeah.
crazy.
But I'm swearing by the nootropics now. I've been taking them like all week, and I've felt like I've just been like kind of locked in on things a little bit more.
Locked in.
Yeah, still a maniac though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
James, you did not hesitate on that.
Yeah, you
No, I was waiting for it.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You were waiting the
Truly
whole
tapped
podcast for that,
in.
weren't you?
Got it.
James, I got a question for you.
Yo,
bro.
let's hear it. Uh-oh.
So I've been having a lot of special experiences, like special things or special thoughts that come to my mind lately.
Mhm.
And, like I'm an artist. So I use those ideas, those special things, those experiences in my art, to create, to write lyrics, to write songs. I feel like I've got like at least 10 songs, bro. I was looking I got like 10 songs. I start some songs, different projects, things I could roll into. But I'm like, I'm like at this point where everything is special. Everything is just so special that it's like I can't get running on one thing because it's like not special. It's everything
Right.
special.
Yeah,
You-
definitely.
You like your mind runs really quick.
It does.
I know you, so like I'm wondering, do you suffer from that same?
I do. And I was waiting for you to, because I didn't know what kind of question you were going to ask, because there's a bunch of different things that I do differently. But I keep going. I'm inspired about it, and I can't stop. And what I'm going to say to you is that, which is what I thought you were going to ask, was that, like, how do I go about it? And I would say you go until you stop. If you feel like you're writing something and you feel inspired about this, then keep working on that until you're done with that influence, done feeling that feeling that you have for that song, and then go to work on something else. Because working on that song, you'll get some more ideas for the other one. Then you'll jump back.
Just bounce around.
You know, I have so many unwritten songs, it's crazy. And whenever from years ago, and whenever I feel a certain way or writing a certain song, I'm like, I wrote something like this about a year ago. Go back to my pages, and I'll find it, and then and I'm like, oh, that's what I was trying to say, and then I'll utilize that and word it to how I feel now, yada, yada, yada. But my thing is that just keep going with whatever you're inspired in. Keep it under one thing, and then keep
Once that
adding
runs
to it.
its course,
Yeah,
then
don't
bounce.
It's not forcing it. It's all the feeling, yeah. And then, just keep bouncing off. Go where you inspired, you know what I mean? Don't ever force anything. So that's what I would say.
Right
But
on,
I know
bro.
exactly what you're talking about, man.
Good advice.
That's just definitely.
Yeah, it sucks
guys-
having like 100 songs and not knowing what to finish.
Yes, yes, it does.
So-
Then you're just like, I got like an album and a half here. What do
yeah,
I
but
do?
further than music, just life is like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I have like I could probably like write out a list of 100 things that I should probably accomplish in life, and it's just like, well, when am I gonna do any of those? You know what I mean? Like, well, I gotta make time for all these things all the time. Like this one's gonna take me 4 hours to do. You know what I mean? Like just everything to like get to whatever.
Sounds
like,
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like,
it is.
dang.
do you feel that way at all?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, Jesus, I gotta fill this paper out and do this and that.
Oh
It's like,
man.
I don't wanna.
I feel like that all the time. I feel like I always have like a full list of things, and I'm just like not sure how to execute them or something, or not sure like when they're the most important. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
My
But-
goals for 2019 were kind of like that. Like, they're like goals, but they're like a lot of things that go into those goals. Like,
Yeah.
continue learning Tai Chi, continue with your vocal lessons. What was another one? It was like bench press 220 pounds. Like, these are all like ongoing.
Yeah,
goals.
you can't really cross them out a day at a
You
time.
know?
Yeah.
It's-
did you guys make New
work
Year's
a little
lists?
bit at every one of them.
I don't
didn't
do
know.
that.
I
You don't do
didn't.
that?
No.
I did.
You did?
What'd you do?
It was just one thing, and it was just be a better person. Oh, two things: be a better person to myself, and to just advance in my music. And I've been doing that. I mean,
Right on.
I never
That's a good,
wrote it
solid
down.
goal.
Nice.
Yeah, I never wrote it down, but I just told myself something I already knew. It's kind of like, well, everybody's got something. I
Write
want to
that
quit
shit
smoking.
down.
I want to do this. I want to do that. I just like, well, I already know. But what I want to do this year, if I'm gonna put a date on it, I'm gonna be better to myself, quit beating myself up, and work more on music. And if that was the goal, then I could cross both of those off my list, and we're not even done with the year. You know what I mean?
Man, that's
I can start
cool.
working on next year. You know what I'm saying? So
Sir, I made a
Right on.
list of 20, and then I took a top 5 out of that 20, and I was like, these are my
The
priorities.
Yeah.
Warren
Yes.
Buffett thing.
That's
And let me
cool.
tell that's the Warren
That's
Buffett
cool.
method. You write down 20 things on your New Year's resolution that you're like, I'm gonna do. I want 20 of these things, that I feel like I want to accomplish this year. And then you take 5, and that you take those 5, that you just narrow it down to 5 out of that 20. They're the most important, and you're supposed to like make those your priority.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to look at 20 every day and be like,
Yeah, it's a lot.
how am I going to do all that?
tell you,
Jeez, that'd be
yeah.
overwhelming. You're
Yeah,
like,
straight up.
I'm a
This-
failure right now. Failure.
Yeah. Big old F on
This
it.
year, let me tell you, like that 20, like I think there's only like 5 on there that are relevant today when I look at it though.
Oh.
Like I still have it. It's like on the wall in my like bedroom. Like it's
Wow.
on the wall, and
That's
there's
awesome.
only like 5. No, not that I accomplished all of them. Like there's only 5 that are like relevant now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I've
The
just
5 that you settled on.
no.
It's-
It's like maybe a couple, but like they've just like I just kind of realized like about like lists and like expectations that you're giving yourself like that like they change way faster than one fucking year. I feel like. You know what I mean? 1 year, you're going to define your whole year on one piece of paper. So I thought it was kind of a silly thing to do when it came down to it. You know what I mean? Because I was like, I don't even do half these things on here
Yeah.
anymore. Like, I have kickboxing on there. I was going
Oh,
to
you
kickboxing.
did?
Yeah, I was like,
Was
It
it
was-
the beginning of the year when you started?
yeah, I was
going?
doing kickboxing. And I was like,
I can't believe it's been that long.
but it was like all the things on the list were like contradicting, like doing the things that were on like the priority list. So then I
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? That
Yeah,
was
I
like
get
part
you.
of the
'Cause
reason
you're
why
like, I
I
don't
was
have time. You're like, I don't
Yeah.
have time for these guys. I gotta make time for them and cut Muay Thai out.
I just kind of had that like, but I feel like that's kind of like what you're saying about these songs. You know what I mean? Like, there's always like
Ongoing.
so
Yep.
much. It's always like it just is consistently like life is just consistently like unfolding. It's not really like there's like one kind of path. You know what I mean? Like when I still have that list like up. It's like literally like when I walk out the door and like Sony and I both have a list that we made at the beginning of the year.
Nice.
And like I still like leave it up because it just like puts that into perspective how like to me I feel like it kind of does that, just like how it's just constantly unfolding. So like it kind of makes me feel a little better about like the pressure of like having to finish these things or do these things all of the time, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I mean, I was talking to you about this today. It's like, you know, to take this music shit to the level that we want to take it, it would almost, to consciously think about every detail and every aspect and everything, it would take some kind of superhuman, you know? And I was telling him, I'm like, our existence is like a human species. Like we are this like superhuman energy, like this universal, like almost superhuman being, you know, this oneness. So like I'm just doing my conscious part right now, and like everything else is kind of falling into place, you know.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what I'm, you know, because if I thought about the entire process consciously, I'd fucking lose my mind, you know, trying to go over every single detail of the process.
my
and
problem.
getting, you know, but if you just
You're
let go
detail-oriented.
and
Yes.
let God,
Say.
Yeah.
you know, just let go sometimes.
Let
And
go and let God.
Yeah.
Let go. That's a good shirt.
It's a Bryceism.
Let go and let God. There you go. No, I see what you mean, because I feel like if you build the foundation, like this is what I want. If someone thinks of Bryce Beasley, this is the main thing that I want them to see, my foundation, and then let life just build the rest of that house up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
do
that's
your
kinda
part.
like-
Don't be a fucking loser. You
Right.
know, do your work. But do your work. You know, don't worry about the whole thing. And,
yeah,
and
that's
it-
what I'm saying. Like
usually
letting
just
it.
becomes
build
more
itself.
than you could ever imagine. It would
Yeah,
be.
and it turns out way more beautiful. Like I never could have built that
yeah,
just by detailing it in my head.
yeah.
I get you.
So,
Okay.
fellas,
Yeah.
that's funny. Paul has something he wants to tell you.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Jesse.
I believe we've reached the 30-minute mark.
30 minutes.
Nice.
Oh,
I looked at him and he could like see it.
I saw it in your face. We like locked eyes. I personally just want to thank Danielle for making it out,
Yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
so
sharing
much.
Yeah, thank
episode
you.
9 with us.
You're welcome. You're
You
welcome.
saved
saved
having
the
it.
Kicking our
day.
ass a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
thanks
That's
for
nice.
kicking the hell out of my wrist. That was awesome.
Awesome.
Sorry,
That's
man.
no, it's my fault. I should have been a little less
You sh-
flamboyant.
yeah,
with
you
the
should have
wrist.
held that shoulder.
Okay, so now would you think that like you think of me differently now? Because you're like, oh, you're just such a little girl.
No,
I think
no.
I think
No.
we
Never
all
see you the
think
same.
it- no,
Personally,
ever.
Nope. Kick scare me.
those
Gosh.
kicks were scary. You had one and I'm pretty sure I got it on video. They could hear it in China.
Yeah. Yeah, straight up thunder rolling.
Yeah, there's a difference between talking about it, where you're like, yeah, I can
And actually
kick,
seeing it.
and then like when you feel it with your hands, it's like clack. You're like, whoa, you know what I
My
mean?
girl's
Like,
gonna wreck me.
yeah. So
You're focused too, and you're like, when you
Oh
do like
yeah,
that,
you're
like, you were
zeroed
not-
in. You're like,
you were locked in on it too.
no one's breaking that.
yeah,
That's scary.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks
it
for
was
being a
awesome.
part
of
It's a
this.
good time.
Thank
Thank you. All right,
Peace and
wrap
love.
it up. Sign off.
Later,
Signing
guys.
off. Later, guys.
Love you all.
Peace.
Gonna penetrate your emotions in this next one.